Sorry. I just cut that last video. And I'll go for part two. You might hear my southern car just a little bit. And I'm sorry you heard screaming in the last video at the end. I'm kind of sorry I kind of stopped it abruptly. I didn't mean to stop it. I meant to pause it, but I stopped it. But it'll be alright. He just kind of fell in his little playpen. He'll be alright. Sorry, I got cold too. My house is getting cold. It's not supposed to be cold. It's South Carolina. It's not supposed to be cold. But it's been really, really cold here lately. We even had like a snowstorm early January. So, like, it's weird. It's been a very weird winter here. But anyway, what I was saying, I probably been split up from my daughter's father probably about 6 months, close to a year. When my best friend from high school kind of just messaged me, asked me how I was doing. And I'm here. I mean, I was doing doctor's appointments by myself. I was doing my daughter's illness and sickness basically by myself. And I was like, I'm here. I was working 40 hours weeks at Walmart. And I mean, I was stressed. I was tired. But I had to do what Brie needed me to do to provide for her. And so I was doing what I had to do. Well, long story short, he asked me if I wanted to just hang out, on a date he wanted to take me on in high school. And before that date, he actually came over to a friend's house when I was there with my daughter. And basically just asked me out. He was like, I really liked you for a while. Had a crush on you in school. A bunch of things. And so it was kind of like, well, I mean, what do I have to lose? I've known this person for a while. It's not like I'm getting to know a new person and knowing, I've known him for a long time. He was my best friend in high school. So what is there to lose? Well, we're going into 2 years. I got pregnant with my son kind of fast, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but it was kind of fast that I got pregnant with my son. Like, my children are 20 months apart, almost exactly. No, 21, I'm sorry. They're almost 21 months apart, exactly. Which is ironic, because me and my sister are basically almost 21 months apart, too. So it's kind of ironic, in a way, that we're that close in age, and me and my sister were that close in age. It is really ironic because my daughter was born in 2015 and my son was born in 2017. I was born in 95, my sister was born in 97. So my daughter is exactly 20 years from me, and my son was exactly 20 years from her. So it's like, holy crap. Anyway, let me go. If you guys have any really questions about her sickness or her issues, she's counted as disabled. She's a 2-year-old that can't walk, she can't talk, she can't hold her head up properly, and a lot of it has to do with the seizures that she entailed with the encephalitis. And unfortunately, it's just a matter of time to tell where we're going to be. And I've worked with her. I've been working with her for 2 years, and it's been breaks here and there because I've been working so many times and whatnot. But like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom now. My pregnancy with my son was really, really bad. And so I was going to stay home after he was born anyway, but I was forced to take off way earlier than I had initially planned. And my doctors told me that some women can have babies back to back to back to back. I am not one of those ladies. And he said obviously I can get pregnant very quickly. He's like, but you cannot carry back to back to back the way that some women can. He said it just matters of the body. He's like, your health isn't 100% anyway because I have asthma really bad, and I'm sorry you might hear my daughter ing at me. Yeah. Sorry. But I have asthma, I have allergies, I have certain stuff like that got way worse when I was pregnant with my son. Way worse. And it also, he caused me to have blackout episodes where my headaches were so bad, I just black out. And I would pass out for like no reason at all. So they really don't know what caused it. They really think he was because he was a big boy, and I'm kind of a small statured girl. I haven't exactly lost the weight from my son, but let's just put it this way: before my daughter, I was like 130 pounds, and nowhere near close to that right now, at all. Like nowhere near. I used to be very, very tiny, and they think that my small frame, because obviously I still had you could tell I was a small person when I got pregnant with him. I hadn't lost weight for my daughter fully, but you could tell that I was a very small statured person before my daughter. And my boyfriend is a very tall and he's a big boy. Let's just put it that way. He's a big boy. They were afraid that maybe my son was just too big for me. And he was laying on nerves and stuff that he shouldn't have been laying on. Yeah, that he shouldn't have been laying on. And it was causing issues, unfortunately. So I had to quit a lot sooner than I wanted to. But it gave me time to work on more of my crafts like I wanted to. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom all my life, and I know people are gonna say, "Why? What are you thinking?" I never really had no job ever really seemed good enough. Like, in the school, they're trying to make you take these tests to find out what you're supposed to do and what your mindset, wants you to do. And mine always came back to domestic and something weird, I don't know, which tells me that I'm supposed to be a daycare teacher. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. I never wanted anything more than just to be a mom. And don't get me wrong, I'm smart. I'm very smart. They had me in honors classes all through high school. I'm very smart. I had no desire to do anything else except for be a mom. And I will never understand that because most women, they don't want to be stuck home with the kids. And don't get me wrong, it can be very, very exhausting to do. But I don't know. That was just what I had always wanted. And y'all probably gonna get after me telling me that I'm stupid for wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't care. I I love being with my kids. I love being able to watch my daughter. And with her being sick, it actually works out me being home because the babysitters that I've had for her, they've tried their best, but it's a difficult thing to try to work with because you got to work with her. You got to do physical therapy with her. You got to you got to go through so much just to get her to one point and then got to start all over to get to another point. And daycares won't take her. Babysitters do the best they can. But at the end of the day, all she really wants is me. So it worked out, and me being home with the kids anyway. I mean, we had initially talked about it when I got pregnant with Emerson, because I was going to keep working. But when I got pregnant with my son, we started talking about, well, can we do this? Will we be okay if I don't go back to work afterwards? Which, I mean, surprisingly, we found out we are okay with me being home. I mean, honestly, my money would have just been daycare and, well, babysitters for my daughter. There's like one special needs daycare that they were wanting an arm and a freaking leg for. And I can't afford that. My entire check from Walmart would have been their daycare. So why not be home? Like, seriously, why not? And I mean, we're doing just fine. I mean, we don't have money to go out and blow and spend and do whatever. We don't have, exotic date nights and whatever. But we're living comfortably. We're not hurting, I guess you could say. Yeah. But, we're okay. We're in okay stance. I'm going to actually go lay her down, and I will be back. I'm probably going to cut this video and go to part 3. So I'll be right back.